I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Doomsday Aftermath. We are rejoining part of the party for a very special Christmas slash New Year's behind the scenes sort of comic. This is not going to be directly tied into the main plot line, but rather just some background stuff of what's going on over the holidays. The first thing that we're going to go over is Deep Night. You are trying to acclimate to the surface world, and part of that is participating in the traditions. And so, although there isn't really an Atlantean version of Christmas, up here, you're expected to go shopping and buy presents and all of that. So you're trying to uh, make that happen, and you go to the mall, but as you are shopping, suddenly there is a commotion, a calamity like uh, commotion of chaos coming from the food court, and um, you go and you see one of the men who dress as Santa and do everything has begun taking uh, the entire Winter Wonderland display apart with his bare hands, just destroying everything, smashing everything to pieces. But as he does so, you see him tearing the arm sleeves of his suit. He's growing super strong, not unlike Bane when he takes the venom.
And Deep Knight sort of like looks at this and says, "Is that Bane in a Christmas costume?"
You can go ahead and roll for perception, or you can just like run up and see. Your choice.
Perception.
Okay. Although this man is growing strong like Bane, and although you can't see his face completely because of the beard and everything, uh, he doesn't have the same like exact build. He's not quite as tall as Bane. There's just a little bit of things that make it to where you're pretty sure this isn't Bane.
Hmm. Well, that is certainly odd. And he sort of like pulls out his conch and calls up Great King Rat. Does he answer or
Where in the timeline are we on which Great King Rat this is?
This would be the non Neo Great King Rat, the memory wiped Hell Wayne.
Alright. This is we're in a low power situation. Could this be the it's literally just Deep Knight in a briefcase, or do you want the full rat? I'm asking Deep Knight.
It's up to you. Like you guys can discuss it, but he's calling up Hell Wayne. So
Gotcha. Deep Knight, do you want the briefcase, the one emergency, or do you want the boy, the classic?
the classic?
All right. Yeah, you'll get him on the radio, on the conch, on your phone. It's a fucking clamshell for some reason. Still in the year 2022.
This is Atlantean in origin.
I still feel like the conch is like the Atlantean version of a flip phone.
And Deep Knight calls in and says, Wayne, you're not going to believe this, but I think as an individual that is dressed as Santa is tearing up the mall.
I believe that completely. Move in with caution. You'll have backup soon.
right as he's conveying this to you, you get an urgent bulletin that mall Santas all over Gotham are going crazy and hulking out and destroying everything.
You might be on your own for this one, actually. We might need to spread our resources thin. Engage and report back.
Kite Man can go try to save civilians.
That's all we ever ask, Kite Man.
Kite Man, out! And he jumps out and starts going to try to get people away from the malls.
I'm inbound. Like I said, engage and report.
So, Deep Knight, do you go and engage this mall Santa?
Well, I tried to make sure everyone is safe and cleared out of the area as I sort of make sure everyone is out of range of the Santa's rampage.
Yeah, okay. So you get all the civilians clear, and while that's happening, you would see that there's a little boy hiding underneath the tree in the middle of the mall, right behind where the Santa is. The Santa hasn't seen him.
Deep Knight sort of seeing this, sort of muttering to himself by the conscience of Atlantis, and he decides to make an effort to stealth over to the Christmas tree to save the boy.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll that stealth. Roll that beautiful bean footage. No, dirty 19. So you manage to sneak around behind and grab the boy's hand right as the Santa grabs the tree and just lifts this 20-foot tree straight off the ground. You have the boy and can get him to safety quickly, but now the Santa is like swinging this 20-foot tree at you as you set the boy down out of reach.
And relieved at that, he turns to look at the Santa and decides to take that tree out of his grasp with the use of his Ring of Hope.
Yeah, using your ring of hope to form one of those Christmas tree nets that they put over the Christmas trees, you know what I mean?
Yes, but in the form of seaweed.
Yeah. So you use your blue lantern light to form something like that like just grabs a hold of the tree and now you have to roll a strength check to try and rip it out of his hands because this guy is like super strong. Oh yeah, you manage to get the tree away from him and you guys like kind of go at it a little bit, you tussle, but by the time Wayne arrives, the venom has worn off and he's reverted back to just this, kindly man who decided to dress up as Santa for the children at the mall.
And Deep Knight, sort of like very much exhausted, turns to him and says, I managed to make sure no citizens were hurt in in this disaster.
Good job. Did you figure out anything about the Santa?
So the Santa is kind of like disoriented and not sure what's going on, but you can try to talk to him.
Hey, bud, you have any interactions with strange folks?
Huh? Uh, I I don't remember much. I remember putting on my suit and drinking the eggnog that they had left out for me and then coming out here and all of a sudden things just went all fuzzy.
Uh, Step into the those terrifying mall tunnels with me for a second. I gotta check your suit.
Yeah, he comes with you.
Why does every mall have just a set of nightmare tunnels?
Mostly for security to get around, but yeah,
It's one of the scariest places on earth.
it is.
Um, yeah, Wayne's gonna check the eggnog for venom, and I assume venom has a pretty distinct smell for somebody like Wayne.
Oh, yeah. You can smell it instantly.
In the eggnog,
Yeah.
gonna go to like a kiosk, like one of those little fucking where they charge you $8 for a bottle of water sort of places,
Yep.
and just take some eggnog off the shelf and smell it.
No venom.
All right, somebody spiked your dog.
Oh, with what and why?
With you know Bane,
Bane?
the
The
Bane, yeah,
villain?
the Bane venom. Yes, the Bane venom.
Oh my god, why would they do that?
I have no idea. Uh, EMTs will be here shortly. You're gonna want to check in with them. You're gonna have to detox. This stuff is addictive. You're gonna probably be put in quarantine for a little while. Not a great way to spend Christmas, but you're gonna be okay. One dose isn't gonna damage you permanently.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
And Deep Knight sort of like stands sort of resolute and says, "You're welcome." And he then turns to Great King Rat and says, "Alrighty, so what sort of leads do we have when it comes to venom poisoned, spiked eggnog?"
I gotta go get on the news. I gotta talk to people about because there's what 25 malls in Gotham.
Oh yeah, like so many.
Uh, what's happening has already happened and is currently happening across the city. It's not
Oh,
a high level threat, but I need to get on TV as fast as possible to tell people how to respond to it.
oh joy, this is
You,
happening in multiple places.
yes, you have to work with the briefcase for a bit to review camera footage to see who spiked this guy's nog.
Understood. Hopefully they can. Hopefully we can find something.
So
And
yeah,
and
the
mean
oh go ahead.
and and as he goes to check on the police, check up with security, he's going to also be like scanning his eyes quickly across the the area to see what exact if there's a gift that he could give to Great King Rat.
Are you gonna steal?
No, he doesn't steal.
There are many gifts that were wrapped up under the tree that were part of like a charity drive thing.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. And also, there's no telling what could be in those.
That's true.
Before Great King Rat leaves, he there's a very short conversation with Viv, and like she doesn't even fully appear, but this small like a case a lawyer would carry around almost, like an attaché case, is left at your feet uh before Great King Rat goes to let people know what the fuck's happening. He is still available for the climax of this, but in the investigation phase, you are working with Wayne Neo, who is a fucking an object at all times when he isn't a weapon. I assume before this point, Deep Knight would have met this creature,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
All right. How does Deep Knight feel about the thing?
Alrighty. And Deep Knight, seeing that there aren't any, like, gifts that would fit for Great King Rat, he heads to security with the Neo. With the Neo.
And in his inert state, Wayne Neo is a briefcase. He has very limited interaction with the world around him, but he can talk. Oh boy, a field trip.
Yes, yes. Let's see if we can find anything about this spiked eggnog. Honestly, I don't know why they call it eggnog. It doesn't come from any sort of creature in egg form.
It's because there's eggs in it.
Eggs, milk, rum.
Huh. And Deep Knight, after sort of finding himself in the security room, opens up the security footage for that for this day.
Yeah, well, here's where Neo Wayne is gonna come in handy because you guys are gonna need to make a technology check to access the software. The security footage.
Just prop me up in front of the computer.
Alrighty. He puts Neo Wayne on near the computer and sort of like make sure that this talking suitcase can do what he does best.
Uh, this isn't quite what he does best, but a single slender arm, like one of those bolt grabbers they have in a mechanic shop, but far more articulated, slides out of the far corners of the case. It begins tip tapping on the keyboard. A single, not quite red, but like maybe like a little darker color eye opens up on the side of it. And give me just 1 second, it's step away.
Yep, no worries.
And Deep Knight sort of mutters to himself, still not used to the fact that he does that specifically.
Yeah, he is a strange contraption, isn't he?
I've been like this for a while, and I'm not used to it either.
So we roll a technology check.
I'll handle it.
Yeah, so you instantly pull up all of the security footage, but there's something strange. The coffee cup is just sitting there full of eggnog. He got it straight from the same kiosk as where everything was, and you never see anything on the film, which can only mean one of three things. Well, two things. Either somebody is invisible or moving too fast to be seen.
It could also mean that somebody's randomly spiking eggnog with venom, which is even more terrifying.
True, but with all the mall Santas turning into mini
Yeah.
Banes, it's probably targeted.
Deep Knight sort of analyzes this footage, is going to see if he can roll a perception check to see if he can see any sort of hints of like maybe after images of someone moving very fast or something that would indicate someone invisible, like
Well,
sort of.
well, Wayne can manipulate the security footage. He has full access, so he can slow it down frame by frame. And you guys actually do manage to capture one tiny little shadow in one frame. The shadow appears to be one of Ra's al Ghul's ninjas.
Oh boy, one of those things, huh?
Better than the alternative.
Yeah. So, how do we track a ninja?
Well, that would be the question.
Wayne's gonna do another technology. The briefcase is gonna do another technology roll to cross-reference all the if these all happened at the exact same time, or if there was a slight stagger to them, and if there's a spot central to all of the incidents.
Yeah, yeah. No, 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 19. Yeah, indeed. So by pulling up some, you know, data from the internet and cross-referencing everything, you're able to tell that all of the locations where the mall Santas have been activated are spread out to the outskirts of the city, as if Ra's al Ghul is trying to get all of the heroes away from the center of the city.
Immediately sending that information to Wayne so that he can get to city
And Deep
center.
Knight sort of realizes this pattern and says, "I think we should head to the center of the city."
I'm on the same page. You need to steal a car.
Not stealing a car, and Deep Knight.
You need to steal a car. It's legal if we do it.
Deep Knight
Kind
sort of
of.
rolls. Deep Knight sort of rolls his eyes and says, "That might be legal, and that might be legal, and it is technically borrowing, but not here." And Deep Knight sort of picks up Neo Wayne and
Wait,
uses the some of the melted snow to create some wave based transportation. Like,
how fast are your waves again?
Not as fast as his Blue Lantern ring.
ah,
Yeah, that's true.
that's a good point. So Deep Knight sort of like realizing, like, wait, of course. And Deep Knight just sort of like hits himself on the forehead, realizing this sort of blunder, and he decides to use his powers to go even faster to the get even faster there.
Yeah. Arriving at the
That's right.
center of the city, uh you see that high atop a tower there is lightning crashing all around. A sudden freak storm is centered over Gotham.
Okay, that is certainly not normal. And Deep Knight's gonna do a perception check to see if he sees anything sort of notable.
You don't see anything like just the lightning and the storm, but it's all centered around one of the tallest buildings in the center of downtown Gotham.
Alrighty then. Time to head to the top of that tower. And Deep Knight's hold so looks to Neo Wayne and says, Are are you prepared to head to the top?"
I'm literally an object. I don't have any consent in this. Take me where you're going.
Deep Knight sort of sighs a bit and says, "Alrighty, up, up, and away!" And he flies to the top.
You spot a ritual going on top of the building. Cultists are standing around and they are doing some sort of magic ritual with Ra's al Ghul in the center, holding aloft some sort of object in his hand. Suddenly, the lightning strikes it, and you see it transform into a skull-looking Black Lantern ring. Ra's al Ghul has pulled a Sauron and has crafted the One Ring to command all of the Black Lanterns.
And Deep Knight, seeing this, yells, "Nope!" and he bubble cages it.
He uses his Black Lantern ring power to smash your bubble cage, and then, now knowing that you're there, unleashes a barrage of black skulls that pelt you, beating you down. You fall down to the earth where you smash on the ground. You're unconscious and broken, but like you'll live.
Even with the use of the blue lantern power?
He crafted a master ring. This is beyond any one lantern ring.
Oh dear. The Knight Soda says with a murmur.
This is a control rig. It doesn't make him an actual Black Lantern in the undead sense, right?
Correct. Although it does
Oh,
give
okay.
him Black Lantern like light power.
Yeah, but that does. Oh boy, that does sort of make him a big mistake at this part for going the undead resistances.
Yeah, true, but yeah.
Would you say that Deep Knight's dying in this moment? Like
Yes.
in
Yeah, like right at
cool.
this exact moment, he is broken and bleeding and like probably has multiple fractures and yeah.
So outside of Viv's direct intervention, there's only one thing that lets Wayne activate, and that is the incapacitation of a nearby ally, which automatically boots him hard into whatever time he has left for that day.
Ah, okay, yeah.
This is a failsafe in case Viv is knocked out before she can activate him. And in this case, there's sort of almost like the celebration music from one of the like Final Fantasy III, you know, like some real grimy chip tune
Yeah.
for a couple,
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
and it just fully corrupts about halfway through, and then the briefcase pops open, and there's a horrible flash of multicolored light as a like somebody tried to make a marionette out of a taxidermied rat. Just this big thing held together by green wires. Not even just green, but like the wires they use to like punch in a phone connection in a house. Just those very
Yeah,
thin,
green, white,
multicolored.
blue, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just a giant rat, not Great King Rat, but a giant rat held together by like stitches and wires, just wobbling in place. The wires go up, but they don't actually end anywhere. They just, as far as you can see them, they're just going up.
Almost like
You've made,
hairs.
yeah, you've made a terrible mistake.
You think? Oh,
Not you. Hello, Mr. Al Ghul.
Well, you would have been blown down to the street level with Deep Night, so they're all the way back at the top of the building, but you can climb back up there.
Oh yeah, I'll teleport. I'll variable power teleport 15 Deep Knight on myself. Actually, first I'll heal Deep Knight,
Okay.
and then variable power 15 group teleport easily brings us back to the top of the building.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Al Ghul. You've made a terrible mistake.
I think you will find that I am in control here.
Environment 5, rank 6, selective. There is a vacuum around just him now.
He puts up his Black Lantern shield, and the bubble is all around him and his cultists now.
Not much talking to be done with a vacuum, is there?
Yep, he's got enough oxygen in there to breathe, but you can't hear him and he can't hear you from around the vacuum outside it, so.
All right, I'm gonna. Wait, wouldn't there have been a role associated with that, or would that have just been a thing you can do?
It's Ra's al Ghul, man. Like I said, this is even beyond what the standard Al Ghul would be in a DC universe. Like this is some Vandal Savage level Ra's al Ghul shit right here. So he anticipated what you were about to do.
Or at least reacted very well to it.
Right. Give me
All
just
right.
1 second. I still have my ears on. You guys can discuss everything and tell me everything. I just have to step away from the keyboard so I won't be able to talk for a second.
Deep Knight, you have the item here. I feel like we have a window using your ring. Are you
Well,
willing to put yourself at risk for the city?
as long as there is hope, I'm always willing.
Wonderful. Let's get a little cartoony, huh? Now, Deep Knight, I'm gonna need you to focus everything you have on Roz as soon as that shield goes down. I'll keep the peons out of the way so that you don't have any blood on your hands.
Understood. Deep Nighter cracks his knuckles and concentrates on opening a window, particularly one where it's sort of water based.
None of that. I'm going to funnel all of the city's hope directly into you, like a satellite dish.
Oh, that certain is an interesting plan.
Gotham is a city on the upswing. Around Christmas, this place is saturated with hope. False
I,
hope, mostly, but hope nonetheless.
I hope that works. And Deep Night holds his hands up to see if he can gather all that hope, like a spirit bomb.
Yeah. So, what window are you going to open up here then?
Is it a literal window
No,
or
no, he's talking about bringing the shield down. I'm just wondering how he's gonna do that.
he's
Oh,
basically he's basically going to summon a large gulper eel to sort of bite a window out.
That does not work.
Well,
Wayne's just gonna stop, like, switch from the vacuum to the hope funnel, which would be on environment effects or just raw magic. You know, it's
Yeah,
comics.
yeah. Okay, so
Which
yeah,
would give.
you realize quickly that with Bane having taken over and everything, that there's not much hope left in this city, but you do manage to funnel as much of it as possible to Deep Knight, powering up his ring to beyond, normal parameters.
How many ninjas are on the roof here?
They're cultists. They're like 10.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna make 2 separate grab attacks against those guys. He very explicitly can't hurt people with his body, but the wires are good for grabbing shit.
Yeah.
Let's just get it. 28 on side 1, 32 on side 2.
Yeah, so you grab the cultists.
This is just for Deep Knight's sake, to keep them out of the way of whatever interaction's about to happen.
And then Deep Knight, now that your ring is charged up, what do you do?
This time, he's going to do a drill into the. He's going to try and drill a window into the barrier.
As your blue lantern light forms a drill and hammers away at the black lantern shield, eventually a crack forms and the shield breaks and crumbles around like so much pieces of mirror falling away.
There we are. The way is open.
Don't stop now. You have the advantage. Press it.
And Deep Knight, sort of realizing this, summons a flurry of anglerfish.
As the anglerfish tear into Raz Al Ghul, he falls to the ground, bleeding and dying. But before he passes unconscious, the ring suddenly lights up black and zips him out of there at light speed.
Damn it, should have gone for the ring.
Life is full of mistakes like this. At the very least, he's out of Gotham.
As the battle winds down, you guys, get news reports that, most of the mall Santas have been taken into hospitals for treatment and there haven't been any serious injuries thanks to the efforts of this brave man. Sir, what is your name? Kite Man! And he goes and does a whole interview where he basically takes credit for stopping the Mall Santa rampage.
Well, he did stop most of the Santas.
He deserves this win.
Yeah,
I
so
said, let him have it.
you guys, can take your downtime here now to decide, what you're going to do. But then there's something else that we'll set up before we call it a session.
Well, Deep Knight, sort of handing the suitcase back to Great King Rat.
He is the suitcase.
You know, the other Great King Rat.
I don't think he's here.
He's trying to be here, but everyone moves way too fast for him now.
So, Deep Knight, realizing he has time to find a gift for Great King Rat, zips back to the mall to see if he can find a fitting gift.
Sure, what do you find?
For Great King Rat, he's going to find one of those sort of interesting circular beds.
Hmm. I thought you were going to try to find him a giant water bottle.
That would be a bit too ill-spirited in his case.
Yeah, one of those giant circular beds. So it'll be like a little nest for him.
More or less, specifically what he needs. And Deed Knight, after getting this, and also buying it with the use of some of his hero credits, heads back to the place to sort of like get a gift wrapped. Or
You better just
Is
stick a bow
Bane,
on it. It's pretty big.
yeah,
yeah,
is Bane still in charge right now?
Yes.
Can we take care of that real quick?
No.
Oh,
He has
wait, then what is?
he has an entire team that is like loyal to him right now.
Wait, then what is the place Stephen is going to?
Oh, you guys are still welcome there. He's just like, kind of running things.
And yeah, Wayne the Rat absolutely conducted an audit of what's how bad is things looking under Bane.
Well, criminals think about it like uh uh Batman the Dark Knight where he's the old man and he's like far more brutal. It's kind of like that. So like depends on how much you view Batman as the villain in that Dark Knight arc.
The one with like the mutants and shit.
Yeah, where he beats the mutants.
Or oh god, unrelated, but the movie scene of the mud hole surgery is maybe
Yeah.
one of the best Batman
Yeah.
things ever put to film.
For sure, for sure. But think about it a lot like that. That's how he deals with the criminals. Even like, guys who are just shoplifting. So it is a bit excessive, but.
Is he open to critique or is he venomed up?
He has not been taking his anger milk.
He is not. He's not venomed up.
He is not.
Can we have a short conversation between Bane and Wayne?
Absolutely. Yes,
Like,
Great King
that's not.
Rat, I see you have returned. I hope that you are pleased with the progress we have made in correcting the crime in this corrupt city.
I have. I got three questions, and depending on the answers, we might have to literally fight right now. Are you ready?
I was born ready in the darkness.
Are you back on the sauce?
I have not touched any of the venom.
All right. Are criminals still making it to prison a lot?
They have brief stops at the hospital first.
All right, we're gonna try to limit those, especially for people who, somebody snags a candy bar but don't exactly deserve to have their fucking head bashed in.
Oh, the child who stole the candy bar, I merely broke his pinky.
Like, none of that. We got it. There's a balance to be struck.
I was going to take his hand, but decided that was too brutal.
Yeah, no. There's a balance to be struck, and it's way before taking the hand of a shoplifter. The three is where'd you get the extra help?
You said you had a third question.
Yeah, three is where'd you get the extra help? And it's not just you; it's like a bunch of guys.
Oh, yes, all of these heroes who have joined the cause came along after they saw that they would not be held to such high heroic standards as the old Justice League.
I mean,
And that's when you smell, you know, the scent of a bunch of the, vigilantes like the Nightwing, not Nightwing, but the other Nightwing, and like guys like that, like the anti-heroes.
I see. I see. There's gonna be some regulation around here because part of our appearance in Gotham is the friendliness. There is, as always, a place for the iron hand, and I'm glad that you continued doing what we talked about in my leave. But you know, there's a difference between justice and pure violence, and if we lean too far into the cop side of things, we're cops and not superheroes. You know.
Yes, I believe I see.
Also, did you break Kite Man's arm?
He questioned my authority.
I mean,
He has not done so since. I am a very results-based person.
you broke Kite Man's arm. That's why I was worried you had gone all venom and shit again. You know.
I simply do not deal well with insubordination.
I can understand why he felt that things were, he was alone, things were changing.
Yes, well, he is no longer alone and now knows his place. Yeah, so, like I said, Bane hasn't gone all Venom evil, but he's just got a very different outlook on how the world works.
If he's willing to be the, there's a middle ground that can exist here because there are some fucking scumbags in Gotham that deserve some of this stuff. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Goth- Gotham produces its yearly quantity of Victor Zazzes. You know.
Yeah.
And if Bane is willing to
At
bend,
least one a month for each issue, right?
right? If Bane is willing to bend a little bit to the idea of heroism over vigilantism, then this wouldn't be an issue.
Why don't you go ahead and roll that persuasion? Hey, yeah, so I do in fact see that perhaps some of these could be handled by the less violent members of this team, whereas I can focus my efforts on those who deserve some of this justice.
You need to say a short apology to Kite Man, like it's you were co-workers and you did break his arm.
Kite Man, I am sorry that you needed to be taught a lesson about who was in
No,
charge around here.
come on, man.
Oh,
Great
sorry.
King Ratty really is a peacemaker.
That was for me more than anything. I just
Yeah, that was very funny. But like, come on, at least apologize for doing the deed.
Oh, I regret that it came to that. That's about the best you're
Uh,
gonna get out of them, you know.
yeah, Kite Man, I'm never gonna let something like this happen again. God knows we need the extra hands, especially considering what's coming. But taking Kite Man aside for a second, you know you're an invaluable member of this team, and the way he treats you will never fly again. If something like that happens, if he steps on your fucking toes in conversation, let me know.
Kite Man appreciates you looking out for him and always knew you would be back to set things right.
There's you've seen the bird's eye view of this city every day.
Kite's eye view.
Yes. Speaking of which, got something fun coming for Christmas for you.
I hope it's a new tale.
It's a little better. Uh, I'm not the most of the gifts I'm given this year were set up by uh Wayne, as in, you know, the one who, or me before the accident, or
Yeah.
wait, no, Wayne knows it's not an accident now. He had the ayahuasca trip.
That's right.
I don't remember buying most of these, but I think I did a pretty good job. What day is it when he gets back? 22nd, 23rd.
Yeah.
Cool. Kite Man got a little ass jet, like a micro jet.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, like a foot, not like the item, but like the engine to hook
Yeah.
onto his kite.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. And now I can go at rocket speeds.
Please, please be careful with it. I talked to Viv. I talked to people from Viv's place about it. They said that it should work for what you're using it for, but opening it first.
Yeah, Kite Man understands.
And Merry Christmas.
Here, I got you something too. And
Oh, you didn't have to.
he gives you a box, and inside it is a sequenced pink top hat.
This is a deeply gay item you've given me, Batman. I love it.
I thought it would go with your Pink Lantern outfit. However, I see you're not wearing that.
Yeah, no, I lost that when I died. So the Wayne about a week ago was. Actually, this will be fun. I'm going to explain this to Kite Man of all people first. You remember the Trigon shit, Kite Man?
How could I forget? The world almost ended.
Yeah, during that, I fucked around with time travel magic and accidentally created two Waynes. Using the dimension that Viv has, I was able to keep them separated so that time didn't collapse. One here and then in hell fighting Trigon, and one in Viv's dimension and then here. The one you've known since then is the one from this timeline originally, who is now dead at the hands of a speedster. I don't know who.
Wow. Kite Man doesn't quite know what to say to that.
Horrifying implications, huh?
So you are not the Pink Lantern Wayne.
Not Pink Lantern Wayne, not Magical Wayne. It's like a phantom limb, honestly. Like I feel like I'm missing something fundamental about myself. Like I'm a tooth with a cavity in it.
Hmm.
But there's fuck all I can do about that. Looking at magic makes me uncomfortable. So I'm just gonna go back to being, the rat with a sociology degree. I'm gonna try to keep things balanced. I'm gonna try to make sure that the Justice League presents so the Society of Heroism presents a stable front. I'm gonna. Hey, you want to be on TV, Kite Man?
Kite Man loves to be on TV.
Cool. I gotta do a class action thing about all of this. Offer some compensation for people who are permanently injured by some vigilantism.
Yes, Bane was quite overzealous while you were away.
I can understand that. Living in this city this long, I can super get, hitting it hard, but there's a not like that. There's a balance.
Absolutely.
Is quick question before we cut back to Decline and everything. Is Dark Patriot here?
Yes.
God damn it. Dark Patriot, you son of a bitch, you owe me money.
Hey now, what are you talking about?
Nothing, I just wanted to scare you.
Oh. He puts his hand off of the handle of his gun.
Are there rubber bullets in that gun?
One of them.
Prove it.
He pulls out a smaller gun and shows you that it's got rubber bullets in it. See, partner? I told you. I know how to use non-lethal means when necessary.
So, you and Nightwing 2 here respond to a bank robbery. What's step one?
Grab our guns and weapons.
So you're already on patrol. Bank's being robbed. You're first on the scene. What's the protocol?
Tell them to drop to the ground before we open fire.
All right. I understand how things have gone this bad. Step one, when you come across a crime that's above, like, when you come across a crime that's going to involve the police, outside of anything mugging or above, you report. First and foremost, there's people here who are paid to listen to that and send things as necessary. Because we don't all have the toolkits to not, cause a gunfight in the middle of a busy city street.
Oh, hell, partner, I've only been in 3 gunfights this week.
That's
And
too
all
many.
of them lived.
All of them lived. Any casualties in the crossfire?
No civilian collateral damage. However, a few of them won't be walking so straight no more.
Tell you what, you still gotta. The protocol is still to report when something happens for backup purposes, for record keeping purposes, and to make sure that nobody, oversteps shit. But that's an impressive track record for a guy who uses live ammunition.
I also have damn good aim.
I remember fighting with you. I remember you missing a point blank shot on a mobster 4 times.
Hey, RNG is a mother.
I'm so sad there wasn't a roll during that fucking Ra's al Ghul thing because Wayne Neo has luck manipulation 5.
Ooh.
So if he rolled anything, he could be like, no, re-roll it. No. No.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the status quo here is tenuous, but if Gotham is responsive to what comes next, then there's no reason for this to, like, you know.
Cascade into an abyss.
Yeah. Also, we gotta get Bane a new name and like a more colorful mask and shit.
I have heard of something called a luchador.
Come talk to Bane with me about it. Come on, let's talk to him.
I guess so.
You find
Drinking
Bane.
rat.
You find Bane in the
Drinking
gym doing some pull-ups.
Bane. Any luck on a more friendly presentation?
Yes, I believe that if I were to dress as a Santa and go hand out gifts, that could change our image.
No, not after today. No, no, God, no, 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 no. You been watching the news, bud?
No, unfortunately, this is a workout day.
Yeah, no. Ron's fight a bunch of Santa Nogs with Venom.
My Venom?
Your Venom. I told the quarantine ahead of time you might be coming over to give the boys some pointers who got dosed on what they're in for.
Yes, absolutely, but if he has gotten his hands on my Venom, I may know where he is.
Oh,
Yeah, so he takes the next day or two to, go to the hospitals, but then on New Year's Day, not New Year's Day, New Year's Eve day, today, he flies you guys down to Brazil to the factory that makes the venom, and sure enough, there's a whole bunch of Ra's al Ghul's cultists harvesting venom from the factory. You're not exactly sure what's all going on, but as the scene unfolds, you see them loading up venom onto ships and planes, and like this is going all over the world. And before you guys can do anything about it, that is where we draw to a close for this session of Doomsday Aftermath. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good
Good
gaming.
gaming.